Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back today with a bit of an early check-in, like final check-in for my project pan. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm also trying to plan empties, which is I'm going to do a final empties of the year, and I'm going to categorize how much of what products I've used up. And so I need this wrapped up for me to be able to do that, if that makes sense. Also, I'm going on holiday soon, so I want this done before the start of the year so I can start the year fresh. So I've got all my project pan stuff here and I have made some good progress, even though it hasn't been a full month. I used up my finishing spray or primer spray, whatever you want to call, from Smashbox. So I was making very slow progress, but now that it's getting hotter, I've been sort of just using it, and sometimes I use it in my hair to like refresh my curls. So I've used it up, so that's done. Oh, I used up my Laura Geller powder foundation. So I actually had to like scrape it off the sides and turn it into a powder to use it because my brush wasn't picking it up. But I am done with that finally, which is good. So that's done. Yaz Red has been finished. This was, well, firstly I didn't have much left in it, but it was very easy to use up because it is my favorite red lipstick. I do have some in there and I haven't gouged in to like use what's in there because I've got plans for it. I've seen a little thing on like TikTok or Shorts or something where you can turn this into a lip balm, and I'm going to try to do that. So maybe in the new year or when I've got time after Christmas, whatever, I'm keeping this. I'm going to try to see if I can turn it into a lip balm. We'll see. So, but that is done. And then there's a bunch of stuff that I'm not quite finished with, but like for the purpose of wrapping up this project, I think we can consider them done. My eyeliner has still a little bit to go. So this is my liquid eyeliner, but it's getting dry. So it's been in my project all year. I'm like, okay, it's expired. We get it, and it's starting to dry up, so I'm going to consider it done, even though it's like I could probably get a few looks out of it. I might keep going with some of these and just until I start my new project so I can completely have them done, or I might put them in my empties. I don't know, whatever, we'll figure it out. Same goes for my Stila concealer. That felt weird coming out of my mouth. This is the wrong shade for me, so it's light medium too. And I had a lighter version that I did use up, and I liked mixing the two. Now this is at the point where I've taken the stopper out, so it was coming out dry, but I took out the stopper to access more, and there is still some in there. Again, I'm going to probably keep using this for the next few weeks where I can. The foundation I have in this project is still a little bit light for me, so I'm going to pair that with it. But I'm going to consider this done. Again, it's been open for a year, and I'm at the stage where I'm like scraping the dregs out. So for this project, it's done. Same goes for my NARS. I think this is the Velvet Lip Slide or something, Lip Glide in Camden Girls. So this is one that I lost in a handbag, but again, I am scraping the sides off, and there's a little bit down the bottom that I can get out with a spatula. So for this project, I'm considering this done, but it's going to sit on my desk alongside this, where I'm like, okay, you've got a few applications left. Let's really try to get it done before I throw it out. Also, my blush from M Cosmetics. Do you remember this being a nice big domed blush? Well, it is now rings galore. Now I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it pretty heavy-handed lately because I have such little left. For this project, I'm considering this done, but again, there's a few applications left, so it's going to be sitting on my desk for a few weeks to completely finish it off. My M Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, I have used up the two shades that I was using as a blush and a highlighter. What happened here, and I'll have the photo of where I was at last month on the screen, but what happened here was, again, it was just the corners that had product in them, and I had to get a brush and sort of like the back end of a brush and gouge it out and use it as a loose product, because otherwise my brush wasn't getting in the corners. So that's the problem with these triangle pans, is that they're hard to actually access the last bit of product. But yeah, two eyeshadows are completely done. I'm not going to bother about the others. Like theoretically, I could use that one as a blush and I could keep using this as an eyeshadow, but I feel like that's enough for me. And I'm going to consider that done because I've used up two shades in there, and I don't need that. So that one's going to be moved on. And then last in this category is my Maybelline little striking navy eyeliner. So this is at a point where I think I got my last sharpen in because it's so hard to get grip of the pencil when you're sharpening it. So I've got this much left. It's tiny. So once that has worn down, which will only be a week or two if I force myself to use it, it will be done as well. So let's consider that one done. So onto things that are left in this project, and there's not too many. I've got my Morphe foundation, which is quite low. So there's that much left. I'm going to keep using this. I'm going to keep pairing it with this to get the right shade. I don't know if this will make it to my next project in January, because I feel like if I'm using this for a month, I'm hoping it will be done or so close to done that I'm like, there's no point bringing it into a project. So this will be done at some point, whether it's by the end of the year or whether it's as part of next year's project pan, but that's the progress we're at. We're so close. I actually think one of the reasons why I didn't finish that up was because I was focusing on getting this out of my collection, which I'm glad, but also I've been trying to use my Merit stick. So I included this, I think, a couple months ago. I use this a bit when I'm at home and I'm not really going to leave the house. I've got this much left. I don't know how much I had before. I think I had weights, but whatever. Point is, I've been using this sort of like just to get some progress with it. This will be carried over to next year. I think using this one took some progress away from this, is the point of that. But this is definitely going to be something that I continue to pan. Can I also be real with you and say that I don't know if I can be bothered taking progress photos this month? So if I don't have weights on the screen of that, like, I've been using it, but life's busy. We're getting to Christmas. I'm about to go on holidays. Also by Merit, I've got my little cream eyeshadow. Now this has had to be rehydrated a few times, but you can see the pan there. This, I have months of this to go. I do like it, but it does, like, once a month I need to rehydrate it because it's getting old and dry. So, by old I mean it's less than a year since I've had it. So I'm just concerned about Merit products drying out, which is why I focused on the foundation stick as well. But this one, I'm going to keep, it's going to go into my next year's project, especially since I don't really have many primers that I'm trying to pan. So it's not, you know, there's going to be that. I did introduce my Merit mascara a couple months ago as well. So I did weigh this. I don't know if I'm going to weight photos at the moment. I do like this mascara. It's easy to use. I do find it sort of a bit more fluttery than what I'm used to on a daily basis, but it's really, really beautiful in 2 coats. So really one easy to use and continue using. So that's that. And then I've got some things that, like, we're not close to finishing up. The Pixi brow product, again, I use this like 3 times a month. It is what it is. That's going to keep going. I'll weigh it fresh in the new year for the next project. I do have my MAC Glow Play Balm, I think it is, and that Tickles. I love this. And I use it over nude lipsticks just to give it a bit more warmth. On its own, it's really beautiful. Layered, it's really beautiful. I think I have made progress. So I'll try to take photos side by side so you can see the progress of this one, because I think I have actually made progress this month. Go me. And what I'm also wearing on my lips today, and it's the combination I really enjoy, is these two. This is that Maybelline. It's the shade Trust Your Gut, but the actual product of what it is has been rubbed off. But I've got it in the description box. But this is like one of those, oh, there's not much left. Again, I'm gonna have to take progress photos and have them on the screen because I feel like I'm doing pretty well with this. I have been using it a lot in conjunction with the MAC Balm because they create a really, really beautiful sort of neutral nude for me. This on its own, if I build it up, it can be a bit cool toned. Blotted down or a thin layer is really, really perfect. But the combo of these have been living in my handbag. So hopefully there's some good progress there, but they will continue on. Another thing that will continue on, and I don't know, I think I said that I'm not going to take progress of this, I'm just going to use it, is my Bare Minerals One Fine Line tight line pencil. So it's a very, 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 very tiny pencil. Now this one, there's going to be no weight changes because it's so small, and the product is teensy tiny, like it's smaller than, it's pretty much the size of a micro brow pencil, but also I can't twist it out because it's non-retractable. So you can twist it up, but you can't twist it back. So I am wearing that now. So I'm wearing that on my waterline. And I do wear this occasionally, but it's something that's I'm just gonna use until I use it up, and then surprise, another empty. So that's what we're up to. Another thing that I wanted to mention is I do have a broken pump on this spray. So this just, the white bit that disperses it has broken off and it won't clip back in. So this is just like, it's horrible. Look at this. Ugh. So I'm actually going to decant that into here, and that's going to be my next focus just because I can't use it otherwise. So yeah. I actually did tally up how many things I've used up in total. Okay, so in total, including the things that I have said I've used up today, in this project, and now, mind you, this is not the only makeup I've used up, and also this does not include skincare because this is a makeup only project pan. I've also used up fragrances, which I'll talk about in my fragrance project pan on my fragrance channel. I'm also going to do a fragrance empties. But in this project alone, I've used up 38 products, which is very reasonable. So I haven't bought 38 products, makeup products anyway. So the fact that I'm getting out more than what's coming in is very good when you're trying to like curb your collection. And that's exactly why I like to do these projects. You like, it's like slow and steady, but you get all this sort of progress along the way that when you reflect back, you're like, oh my God, that's actually a lot of stuff that I've used up. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to pop all the empties into my empties tub. If I have time now, it's raining and the weather's getting bad, so sorry about the lighting, but I might fill my empties, and then I'm going to break everything down in categories and let you know how many foundations did I use, how many powders, how many lip products, that kind of stuff. So I can then have an idea of, yeah, my usage over the year. And that also helps me plan any purchases or stockpiling. So like, for example, if I've got 5 foundations in my drawer and I'm like, okay, there's one I'm really interested in, or I see one on sale, realistically, how much am I going to use in the next year? Can I justify buying another one, or is this going to sit here for 3 years? So you can be a little bit more mindful with your purchasing and planning, which I like as well. So that's going to be hopefully in the next video, but I'll see you all soon. Bye.